Hello all, it is me, Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button and smack the bell. All right guys, listen up, right? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who may be entertained by it. Likewise, we're doing a contest right now. And there's still time if any of you want to enter. So up here, I'm going to put the link to the video that tells you how to enter the contest. So basically, every time we get 1,000 new subscribers, I give away a free hour-long tarot reading. Just in case there's people out there who really want a reading but really can't afford it. So it's a way for people to get a reading and, people who are interested. I generally pick at random or, some kind of means like that. And basically, it's an hour long. It's tarot and oracle cards. And I do them online. I do them on Skype or I do them on Facebook Messenger. So if you're interested, check out the video so you can see how to enter. I'm going to pick the winner on Friday, so you still have a little bit of time. And I'm going to announce the winner on Saturday. Okay? All right, guys. So now let's get down to today's topic. This is really cool. Let me scroll down. Today, we're going to do an assumption video. An assumption video is something that's been going around YouTube. I've seen different YouTubers do them. And basically what they do is they ask their audience to give them assumptions. What are some things you've assumed about me that I may or may not have even discussed? Now, you guys who've been following me for a while probably know me pretty good. So it might have been difficult for you to make up assumptions because you already pretty much know me. But some of you guys that are a little newer, it might have been a little bit easier. So I have 12 assumptions actually, and we're going to talk about them. I'm going to tell you the assumption. I'm going to tell you if it's true. I'm going to laugh about them. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts about each one. Okay? So the first one says, "Hey Queen, I assume you are a really cool person and will be a good friend to have." That is a correct assumption. I am pretty cool. Like, seriously, I'm pretty down to earth, What you guys see on camera is pretty much what you get if you see me somewhere else, I am a cool person and I am a good friend, but I'm not an easy friend to make. I've been betrayed a lot. I've been through a lot of situations with people trying to help people and reach out to people. And if a person is sick and you try to help them, it doesn't always go well. As some of you probably already know. Some of you empaths out there who've ever tried to help a narcissist, you know how that goes. So I'm not an easy friend to make. I am polite to everyone. I'm polite, I'm friendly, I'm kind to everyone until they rub me wrong. But as long as they don't rub me wrong, I'm polite and kind to everyone. And I gradually warm up to people over time. I did a video on ice cube theory that I'm going to link up here when I'm done, and you'll see in that video I talked about how Aquarius gradually warm up to people. So I'm one of those people. I'm one of those Aquarius who gradually warms up. But once I am someone's friend, I am a very useful friend, and I'm a kind of friend that's very reciprocal. Whatever somebody gives in our relationship, I give back. I believe in reciprocity. Number 2. I assume you're a mama bear who takes care of everyone you truly love. That's very true. I have been accused of being overprotective, actually, but that is very true. I'm very protective of the people I care about, and if I love them, I'm there. I am truly a mama bear in that sense. 3. I assume that you are a lot of fun. Oh my God, yes. I am the life of the party. I like to dance. I like to drink. I mean, even if we're sober, I'm still a lot of fun. I like to joke. I like to laugh. One of the things about me is that I have a trickster spirit. When you are into like Yoruba or different types of African spirituality or spirituality from different cultures, oftentimes you will know some of the spirits that are working with you or working on you or working along with you. And one of the spirits that works with me is the trickster spirit, also known as Loki in the Norse tradition. But in our tradition, Loki is more so the energy of Eshu or Papa Legba or the coyote, that trickster energy. Some of the stories of Anisi are stories from Africa, from Ghana, I believe, and those are about the trickster. So I have a trickster spirit in me. So I'm always joking, I'm always laughing, whenever appropriate. So even when we're just chilling, I am somebody that people find to be a lot of fun. 5. This is 4. I assume that you are a homebody. Yes, that is a very correct assumption. I am a homebody. I was just telling my friend, another homebody, that we need to start going out more often. I'm definitely a homebody. I do go a lot of places. I go on a lot of trips. So like a lot of times, you guys, I'll be in a different city or a different country. And those are the times when I really do go out to eat or go out to shop or things like that. But when I'm home, when I'm in my condo, I'm in the condo. I don't really go anywhere until it's time for the next trip. So I was just telling my friend, like, we need to start going out more often. It's a big world out there and we need to go play in it. 5. I assume that you prefer Christina Aguilera over Britney Spears. I know who they are. I know those names and I've seen them like on TV and clips, but I've never really watched either one of them. I know who Britney is and I know Christina's name. But if Christina walked in a room and slapped me, I would not know it was her. I would not know that was her. I would know Britney though, because Britney had a really bad emotional breakdown. And when that happened, she was all over the news and she had like shaved off all her hair and she was going through something. And I remember seeing that. So I know Britney. I could tell Britney by sight, but I would not know who Christina was. And I don't know any of their music. I can't tell you not one song between the two of them. All I know is that they sing. I'm the kind of person that listens to music from other decades. So my musical genre is mostly 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and it kind of stops. It kind of stops at the end of the 90s. A couple things sprinkled here and there, but I don't listen to a lot of music, any music that would have them too. I think Christina Aguilera might have one song. I think she might have done a song called Beautiful or You're Beautiful or something like that. If that's her song, I do remember that song. That's the only one because they used to play it at my old job. 6. I assume that you are charming, sensual, funny, creative, smart, eccentric, loving, sensitive, and caring. This sounds like something my father would say about me, my godfather would say about me, or my mama. Well, my mama wouldn't say that. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. But maybe my godfather. But this is all my positive qualities minus all of the other ones. So I would definitely say this is true. These are all true in my positive form. On my best days, this is definitely me. I assume you've learned a lot over time, been through some amazing situations, and learned how to use your voice. You're a born teacher, brave, and able to share your thoughts really clearly. This is true. I have been through a lot. I've been through so many things, positive and negative, and I've lived through them. And that's how come I do have a voice and I'm able to share and teach and that kind of thing. I think maybe it is brave. I never think about it as being brave, but it probably is because I know people who could do what I do and choose not to. And some of them it's because they don't want to put themselves out there. And I'm able to share my thoughts clearly. Yeah, I do. Teachers have a tendency to be trained in knowing and creating and sharing your thoughts. So that is definitely something I would say is true. But I've been through a lot. I mean, I have, oh my God, I've seen violence. I've seen somebody died right in front of me. An elder. I was so sad. I was so sad. First time I ever saw somebody die. I saw somebody get shot. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I've seen different cultures. I've seen different parts of the world. I've seen how different people live. I've seen people in extreme poverty. I've been in places of extreme wealth. I've seen a lot of stuff. Some of you probably have too. And so that's very true. I've seen a lot over time, and I have been through a lot. And some of it was really great, and some of it just really was not. So it taught me a lot. I learned a lot of lessons from the things that I've seen. And that's why I come talk to you guys, because I'm like, if you can listen or get something from what I say, maybe you'll bypass some of the things I had to go through. I assumed that you were feisty and mean. This is from a Libra, and this Libra has been watching the channel for a long time. So first she gave me her assumptions when she first met me, and then what she came to realize from, watching my show. So she said, I assumed that you were feisty and mean. I'm definitely feisty. And she's not the first Libra to call me feisty either. And mean. I'm not mean, but I can be mean. I got a dragon in me. And when somebody pushes me wrong, I have to hold that sucker back. I learned how to hold it back from not holding it back. So I do have a mean streak in me. If somebody messes with me, I'm not mean just for mean's sake though. I don't just, lash out on people just to be mean. I generally feel pretty good. So I think that people who are mean feel bad. But when somebody pushes me, I do have to hold back that dragon. She also assumed I was a little stuck up. And I've heard that before. I remember one time a man told me I would always be alone because my standards were too high. That's what a guy told me here at Asking Aquarius. And I was like, dude, and I didn't say this to him. I just ignored him because I always ignore negativity. I ain't got time for that shit. So I just ignored him. But I thought it was funny because I was like, dude, you threatened me with a good time. Being alone is not a threat. Not for this Aquarius. It's not. Any Aquarius that knows how to have a good time by herself, that is not a threat, boo-boo. So I have heard that my standards were too high. I had too many deal breakers. I heard those things before, but those are also people who are accepting anything into their lives, and I'm not that girl. Now, this is her perception after watching the show for a while. But as I got to know you and watch you more, I understand that you are a good person, very smart, and you love yourself enough not to fold regardless. Oh yeah, because I have not loved myself and been on the other side of that. And that gets you into a really dark place. Not loving yourself, not honoring yourself. I will never do that again. That's how I ended up with Voldemort all those years. I'll never do that again. 9, I assume that you are really good at performing magic. Oh, yeah. This person assumes I am good at witchcraft. I am. That's a good assumption because not only am I good at performing it or doing it, I'm also good at learning it, studying it, knowing it from different angles, and teaching it to others. So magic, witchcraft, spirituality, that I could talk about that in my sleep. I should have a PhD literally at this point because that's how much stuff I've read and researched. I mean, and it's been years. It's been like since 1999. So literally, if I took a metaphysical test, I probably could pass it. I assume you balance your time well and you like to travel. Yes, I do have to balance my time well. My time management is impeccable because if it isn't, then I don't get anything done. And I do like to travel. I like to go to different countries, mostly different countries, but pretty much anywhere that there's something fun to do. 11. You don't like people touching your radio in the car or anything else for that matter. No, I do not. I don't drive, but when I did drive or when I do drive, I do not like people touching the radio, putting on that crazy music. I do not like that. Usually I have CDs in anyway, or, I have it hooked up to my own playlist or something. But I don't like people touching my belongings unless I offer them to them. I do not like that. That is very true. I don't like people's energy on my stuff. Like, don't touch my stuff, my jewelry, my belongings, my car. Like, just keep your hands and your body to yourself, I don't like that. And most of it has to do with, I don't like their energy on my belongings. I know that may sound strange, but as an empath, I can feel people's energy on my stuff. And I don't like that. Unless it's like somebody who has really good energy, then that's different. Or if I offer them to touch it, or if I say, oh, go ahead, turn whatever you want on, that's different. But I don't like people just rudely grabbing at stuff. And definitely don't grab at my person, grab at my hair, or get off of me. I do not like that. If I want somebody to touch me, I will invite them in. Last one. I assume that you don't like it when people say stupid shit to you. One of my friends wrote this, and it's a wonderful assumption, and it is true. And I'm going to tell you guys one of the things I hate the most, and what she's referring to. I hate when I'm talking about something, and I call this apples and oranges. I hate when I'm talking about apples and somebody brings up oranges. I cannot stand that. If we're in a conversation and we're talking about apples and all of a sudden somebody comes out of the clear blue sky and starts talking about oranges, I generally just discontinue the conversation. I hate that. And it's never about something simple like apples and oranges. It's always about something like, for example, if I complain about something that a person does, then they'll say, well, you do this. And I've come to find that's an abusive person's tactic. You complain about something and then they say, but you do this. But that's not the point. That's not the point. That's apples and oranges. I'm talking about apples. Can we stay on apples? Now, when we're done talking about apples, we can move on to oranges. But I've noticed that abusive people like to do that. They like to deflect the conversation. And I don't like that. I do not like that at all. And when people do that, I stop the conversation. It happens all the time. It happens online, happens all the time. Earlier today, I had posted something, and it said that when you ignore red flags, that you make it harder for yourself later or something like that. And somebody wrote underneath it, but when you ignore green lights, you're going to regret that too. And I didn't say anything because, again, remember I told you I don't say nothing when people do that. But the first thing that came to my mind was like, who the fuck talking about green lights? Can you stay on the topic? Like I immediately was like, who is this clown? And I didn't say anything because, like I said, I don't believe in saying anything, in a case like that. When I feel something like that, I don't believe in going there. I just drop it. Just drop it. So I just didn't respond. I moved on to the next person. But it's just like, I can't stand when people do shit like that. It's like, stay on topic. We're talking about X. We're not talking about Y. And men do it all the time. Go somewhere and complain about something that men do. It's going to be at least one brother in the room who's going to say, but women do this. Every single time. They won't just address the behavior, accept what you said, and then move on. They won't even address it. They'll just immediately say, but women do this. And I'm like, but that's not what we're talking about. We could talk about that afterwards. Right now, we're talking about what you do. So when people do that to me, because I know it's an abusive person's deflection tactic, I discontinue the conversation. I don't play little games like that. It's like, if you want to play your game, you're going to play it by yourself. Because like I said, I'm the trickster in this motherfucker. Not you. So these assumptions were really good and they were really funny. And they're correct. I think that based upon looking at these, people have a pretty good understanding of who I am. All right, guys. If you would like to send me a gift, my PayPal will be underneath here if you want to send me a love donation, and also my Amazon wish list in case you want to send me an actual physical gift. Likewise, if you want to talk to me or get in touch with me or get a reading done, all my information will be underneath this video. Thank you for watching my assumptions video, and thank you for giving me your assumptions. See you guys later.